It's there in like 40 seconds. I'm a little bit afraid actually because like your tornadoes take a little bit of time to align, so I'm a little bit afraid that they'll somehow
I'm
die.
just gonna
20
bait
seconds
them.
max. I can stop and I can fit nanofibers. Bring a mobile to be able to refit when I'm out there.
Now let's just try. Well, ISK is not an issue. If you lose the ships, I'll pay you ISK. It's fine. But I guess the one thing that is an issue is time, because if you die, you gotta get in your ship.
Yeah.
All right, if you want to fit nanofibers, it's fine. You can. Oh yeah, you have mobile depots to refit, right? Do you know about that thing?
Yeah, that's what I just suggested.
Yeah. So go for a line time now, and then you can refit once we're in the camp system.
Alrighty.
Sakate. I'm just gonna go somewhere else
Yeah, sounds like we've alerted them to some kind of shenanigan.
and lure them off. No, I'll just move, and they'll follow me.
Yeah. Waste their time. Yep, I'm in Deitel.
Nice, I'm refitting now.
So is that whole constellation is a pocket though in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it also, look at how the Ansiblex bridges go, right? You see it's like on their path. People who want to take a shortcut, they come through there. It's not their primary Ansiblex route. I mean, you can see they have other paths, right? But I decided to start small. I decided I didn't want to camp their primary pipe because I feel like the response would be so large that my group is small now. I need a conquerable objective so we can practice on that before moving up in the world, right? That's why I
Why don't
chose
we
this.
try like insurgency systems that's got a lot more people in it? So we could probably get a few more hits before, and it's less organized.
I wouldn't know about it. I don't know anything about
Are
it.
you talking about low sec insurgencies?
Yeah,
Maybe. Could be interesting.
Yeah, the guy that's coming in with the carrier is a low secker, and he has a strange view to me. Like when I told him like people can come here and buy from the market, they were just like, and he was like, yeah, but how are we gonna get the people over here? And I was like, well, they can just autopilot. It's like, well, but nobody wants to do that. They want to like go out and instantly have a fight in low sec because that's apparently what they do in low sec. Those
yeah, that's
people
what people
have those
do.
people have like attention spans that go no
Yeah,
longer than
for
10 minutes or something. Uh,
that's usually what happens with larger groups. Is like when you ping, they expect content the second they undock.
yeah, but these guys aren't even willing to like autopilot
I'll be right back.
shuttle 20 jumps in advance, right? Even if it's scheduled in advance, right? That to me was sort of like a whoa, that's news to me. I mean, I'm a nullsecker, so I don't really know what that's like, but then also the fits he used, like his fits were
That
so cheap. Like they didn't even have tier 2 modules on all the slots. Like he had a bunch of like meta tier 1 modules just because of low cost. Like his fits were like 2 million ISK or something, like Thrasher 5 million. I was just like, whoa. But he did like 250
yeah,
DPS. And I was like, whoa, well, that's some cost efficiency, dude. Like, that's really
you
effective
don't need
for the
TP on
cost.
everything though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Thrasher 5 million. That's probably I think that's just T2 guns, and everything else would be compacts.
yeah, he was using gallium cannons. I know because
Galleon's
I
pretty
tried
good.
to buy 1,000 gallium cannons in Jita, but the market doesn't have more than 250 at any given time. So
Yeah,
he's using a thing that is so there's so little ISK traded on that item that the order I was gonna do to stock the market to like a appreciable degree here literally would have eaten up the entire Jita market.
yeah. You wanna those are a little hard to find, but gallium is a pretty skilled. It's what is it? I think it's low power usage.
Yeah.
So if you fit a gallium, then you want to take advantage of low cost
See,
or low
see
power
that
grid.
that that person and me are completely on different planets of playstyle.
Yeah, but I mean, his friends are like that, but like he is dedicated. He showed up like 5 days ago or whatever, and he has put in serious effort to prepare to. He's the guy who's going to be my carrier bus. He put in his own money to buy a carrier and everything. I
People who,
think
like people who I
Can
work
any
with.
of you guys fly blocks?
I want to. I don't have the numbers for it. I want to though.
You don't need that many numbers. You only need like 4 people to fly.
I don't have 4
Just
people
need
who show
someone
up.
who can fly the dang battleship. The rest can be the combats.
Yeah, I know, but I don't have a lot of people. I suck at recruiting. I have the money, I just don't know how to convert the money into recruits. Well, I have been able to convert my money and effort into like 30 people who love the idea of what I'm doing and they love to help me work out ideas, but they don't show up that much. Okay, they don't wanna stand in the pike wall, you know.
You need a bunch of leashes then.
Yeah. But we'll see. I have a lot of really experienced people here. I mean, they do give really good information though. Like Erebus is actually one. Erebus, what's it called? Binary Detonator, Kartoffelbauer. Like these are like really dank people actually in terms of like their knowledge about like Eve campaigning. Let's just call it that, campaigning.
Okay, I'm fit up. I'm undocking now.
Go to the KBP gate and watch my stream. I'll go through and be your camera.
Just gotta sit in the spot where I can't be descanned. So unless someone watches Combat Pros, I'll just log off here. And when you all get into position, then I'll log back in.
Well, even though this takes a long time, as long as you like ISK, you should be somewhat happy because I am throwing this fleet is 10 million per minute. Is more than the usual rate. My usual is 4.
Yeah, that's a good price. I don't suggest paying people by the hour though. I've tried that in the past. It's kind of hard because you can't really trust anyone to actually show up on time.
I mean, it's not like that. I mean, so here's how it works. Okay, every minute this fleet is up, I'm adding 10 million to the reward pool. Okay, if we lose ships, the value of that loss gets subtracted from the reward pool. Because I'll be SRPing the ship. Right? So you can think of it as like if Erebus dies, you and me and Erebus have to SRP as Erebus. You know what I mean? Like if we share the losses equally, right? So there's no such thing as like oh yeah, you lived so your money is safe. Like no, keep your allies alive. You know, like if they're dying, give them advice so they die less. If they can't stop dying, then maybe don't go on the fleets they're on or something. Tell them to fly less expensive ships.
I see a tornado suspect. I'm gonna try to shoot him real quick.
So look at that Z kill link right there. So that right there is 3 people.
What happened?
Just 3 people.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure. I mean, that's great.
So like that's the threshold that you actually need if you know where to hunt.
Yeah, but it's really hard to get 3 people when you don't have 2 people, and you don't have. It's hard to get 2 people when you don't have one. When you don't have one additional person, you know.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I mean, it's difficult, but assuming you can reach that minimal threshold rate. Yeah. A lot of people make the assumption that, I need like 10, 15, 20 people, right?
Yeah.
All this fancy stuff, you know.
I feel I feel like the magical number is 4 accounts. After thinking about it a lot, I feel like I want 2 interceptors so they can take turns holding the target down, and just like 2 sniper DPS ships. I think that's the magic, like 2 Tangos and 2 Scepters. Like, I honestly, you know what? Like, I have debated going to 4 accounts so I can do it alone. You know what I mean? So I can just get this stuff started. But I've deliberately not done it because it's a crutch. I've realized like no, I'm bad at recruiting. That's the problem. I need to fix that skill issue, not bypass it with 4 accounts. You know what I mean?
Well, the other thing is like
Yeah.
if you do 4 accounts, your efficiency is gonna drop by a
Nah.
certain percentage,
Yeah.
potentially.
Yes,
I think
but
all the same fitted Loki. I could definitely either apply tackle, E-War, or just straight up DPS,
I've
depending on
quad
what you
boxed
guys need.
before, and that is something.
but keep in mind like
Most untargeted is 5 at most, and it's doable.
Well, it's easy if you're doing something like a dreadnought or something where you just literally hit the hotkey
I just
F1,
use thrashers.
siege, and then forget because that's just your life. But if you're doing anything like complicated where you have to like repair yourself, do
Yeah,
reps, do cap
yeah,
injection,
I understand that. Usually,
like
all my fits are buffer tanked.
and you have to like manually pilot too. So like I've done the thing with 4 accounts with all those things going on. It does get a little bit because you have to also like if you're also doing one of those as a tackle, right? You have to monitor your tackle or your scout,
Yeah,
and then you have to like in your mind remember, oh, this character is
who's doing
doing
what?
that, and if you forget,
yeah.
especially if you're across different systems, right? Whoops,
Yeah, I usually try to keep them all
things can happen.
on the same system. Here's the fit I use when I'm multi-boxing like up to 5 characters, and I use this in like faction warfare. Yeah, I've gotten dogged on it a few times, but I've also gotten a few kills. So it's pretty
But
straightforward. They all have tackle, they all have boost. So they pretty much all are all in ones. So they can deal DPS, they can deal tackle, they can deal webs, and they also have somewhat of a tank. So when I warp in, they all pretty much I hit the regroup button and I activate every module at once and just target the enemy. So there's not a lot of brain power getting used there. Only downside is they cannot repair themselves, and don't split them up because that happens a lot. But as long as they're in a group, they're usually pretty effective.
yeah,
You can do the same thing with like thrashers or even battleships, I guess. But I never tried it on that level.
Alright, you ready to go in?
I'm in Bagodan. Even with the nanofibers, it's still a 5-second align time, and the battle cruisers, so they got like a 3.5 AU a second.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no way to fix it, right? I mean, it's as good as it's gonna get, right?
Unless I want to put rigs on it, then nah, this is gonna go as fast as it's going.
Like, I mean, there's stacking penalties anyway. Like, once you have 2 or
Mhm.
3 of those those inertial stabilizer things, like, there's no point, like, adding more, because there's stacking penalties, you know?
Yeah,
Stacking penalties are also, like, non-linear. Like, it's like the first one is, like, you get, like, 89%, or the first one's 100%, next one's, like, 89, and then the one after that is, like, 30%, and then after that, it's, like, almost nothing.
yeah, I feel that.
It's as good as it's gonna get, and if you lose it, it's fine. Then you know what you do.
I'm not worried.
You know what you do? You buy my Tengu, which is cloaked and interdiction nullified, and then you don't even need me to scout because you can just go blindly take the gate anyway.
Yeah, I can't fly Tengus. I can fly Lokis though.
Okay, I don't have a stock and I don't have a fit for you, but I can surely make a fit that's the same school of thought. But
Equivalent. So what you have heavy missile and long range?
I use heavy missile. I don't use heavy assault. I use heavy missile.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, I only have one guy who can fly heavy assaults anyway.
Either way, I mean, it might not matter for long, right? Because like, the guy who wants to do the carrier bus stuff, that stuff's gonna be online like next week or something.
So
So
what does he want to do with the carrier?
transport us, teleport us from here into their backwater, so we don't need to scout past their gate camps. Then you can use
Couldn't we do
tornadoes all
that
you
with
want.
a covert ops as well then?
Yeah, of course.
Wouldn't that be
I mean, of
cheaper
course,
then?
but we can all do that. All of us can. I mean, I can't technically do it because I haven't trained into it, but it would be like effortless for me to inject it. I could, like, we have multiple accounts that could serve as the Sino.
Wouldn't a Sino be somewhat loud though?
No, because the
Not
system,
included.
we'll go to a system that has nobody in it. It'll be depopulated when we were there.
But doesn't it like show up on the Eve?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a chance. You're just hoping that they don't show up with a large force for the 5 minutes you're locked in place.
Okay.
But you're only risking a quarter billion. So it's the probability times a quarter billion. That's the price of doing a carrier jump.
Alrighty.
You ready?
You're the boss, man. There's absolute glory in Hattie. I'm warping to Udala right now.
What did you call it?
I logged off because they were combat probing me. So just let me know when you all are in position. I'll log
Yeah.
back in.
Yeah,
They're
where
actually probing me now. All right.
where are you, Panda?
I'm in Hattie. I'm jumping down into Udala right now.
Just poke me on Discord because I gotta do
Jump
something.
out.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, you have a mercenary group or whatever. How many people do you have?
Just alone, I can bring 13 active accounts from just myself, but I usually use that for mining or ratting. Right now they're all stuck in a wormhole right now because we're doing some wormhole shenanigans. I have Raulius who can fly 4. Yeah, he can fly 4. I think he's gonna do 5 soon. I have Bimo who can fly 1, Bear who can fly 1, Jake who can fly 1. We got there's another one. There's Jake and there's Johnny. There's Soap Cleaner. I think there's Oppenheimer, who's a new guy. We have Lyra, one who might be Bimo's alt, I think. Yeah, that's his alt. Okay, so maybe Bimo could fly too. And then we have a coalition of another alliance who can I think the most I've seen him bring is like 10, maybe 20. And then we have Mudaro's alliance, who is in his own time zone, but I'm working to the Didal right now. But yeah, those guys can easily bring 20 as well.
Yeah, like I said, I have a referral scheme which effectively pays out about 5 billion per person. So if you if you refer somebody, and they go on 100 fleets with me, you'll have earned 5 billion roughly per person, slightly more than 5 billion.
Sounds fun.
Money to be made here.
Yeah, I'm working into the Didal system now. About 30 astro units out from the gate.
Yeah. I mean, I see this as like a long-term thing. Like I said, like I joined EVE for this kind of mercenary stuff. I just haven't encountered this playstyle yet. All I've encountered is something else. But so I didn't find what I wanted, and in the meantime, when I didn't find it, I guess I ratted, I optimized, I got better and better at making money, and then now I invested in Jita, and I'm pretty good at that too. So, like it's kind of weird. Like so far, I haven't had a lot of fun in EVE, but this is what I want to do, and because it's taken me so long to find this, I've gotten rich in the meantime. So now at least I have more money to spend on it, I guess.
Nice.
And it's like this is like a long-term intent for me. Like I plan to give this a really good try. Like I'm willing to try this
is it
for
just PvP or
yeah. I mean this
PvP
this
as well?
attempt to make money from PvP or whatever. Like I'm dedicated to giving this every possible try there is. So like if I
Well, then how about you try to join me for some kind of mercenary thing? Because like if someone attacks one of our clients from HiSec, I want to like curb stomp whoever attacked them so hard that they never try anything like that again.
yeah, well, I can't add. The only thing I have is money. I don't have people or much skill myself. I'm not a very good PvPer. I'm probably
You'll need to get trained up then.
yeah. I'm probably pretty average compared to the EVE population, which makes me bad compared to like the low sec PvP population.
Yeah, I'm in Nullsec now. I think I just jumped in. There's a Wolf 3000 out.
Why did you jump in on your own?
Oh, I was autopiloting. Okay, I'm gonna align us to XHQ.
I mean, you should get safe. Like as soon as possible, you should just warp to some random ass planet and make a bookmark in the meantime. Just get safe.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna warp down into a what is this thing? A moon drill? Alright, or that's a skyhook. I'll warp to the skyhook. Warping this is fleet.
Alright. I will now check the XHQ gate once you are off.
Sounds good.
Yes. Checking XHQ. Hey, actually, I would reveal it. I have a ping 1,000 kilometers from every gate. I can let you sit there if you want. Okay, don't do anything yet. It's clear on this side. Going through now. Let me verify the other side. Align to XHQ.
Aligning now.
It's not clear here. You cannot go.
I'm on grid.
Alright, now you need to somehow avoid people landing on grid with you and killing you. So you need to make safe spots and move around.
Alrighty. Well, let's general all. Let me just. Okay, let me. They still on grid, or should I? Am I good at move?
Um.
You want to risk it?
Okay. Try just jumping XHQ now, because
Yeah,
they just
I'll
warped
risk it.
off.
There's a little wolf who thinks he's slick. Yeah, these guys, as you saw in Python, once the enemy gets close range at all, it's kind of game over.
Yeah.
And what I could try to do is position each one further out from each other.
Yeah.
that way, if it's
Starburst
close to
fly in
them-
every direction. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, these things are slow, so they would need to have a lot of pings in place in order to do that. Jumping now, XHQ, CAT 7V.
Uh-oh, he's showing up. Fuck. Yeah, you're gonna die, I think. Let me Can you not take the gate or something? Oh, you're so fucked.
Alrighty, I'm gonna lock the saber.
No, do nothing. Do nothing.
Hey, what do you want me to do then?
Don't break your cloak. I'm gonna try to lure them through.
40 seconds.
I'm trying to lure them through. I'm hoping they'll follow me.
Hyperion, Saber, Hecate. I can hit the. Who's. I'm gonna hit that Hecate. That's. Yeah, we're kind of screwed. Yeah, everyone's here. Okay. Well, good fight.
Yeah.
Gonna go down with a fight.
Yeah, I'm coming through to fight with you, but it's whatever. It's what it
Broadcasting
is.
Hecate. And. He jumped. Locking Bifrost.
Kill the saber, maybe.
Yeah, once I got close. Yeah, everyone's on us. Have fun. I don't know why the last guy never hit. So I would have killed that Hecate. He was on hull.
Yeah, rip. Alright, link your
GG.
death mails or whatever in the fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Good fight.
Yeah.
Even with all the nanofibers in the world, could have been saved.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're in the bubble, unless you're fast and covert cloaked or you're nullified and able to get out, it's over, right? But yeah.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Yeah. You can reship in whatever way you want. I would maybe suggest going with something that can let me just post them.
There you go.
I have to do this torturous process of posting them to Zkill and then
What are you doing?
later on calculating the.
Wait, what are you doing?
Posting them all to Zkill so that I can extract the fits and calculate the value. I can pay SRP.
Alrighty then. Well, I'm out in wherever I died, so it's gonna be a minute until I get back to that system. We still trying to camp?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it is, or yeah, it is what it is. That's really the truth.
Wait, what happened? Hold on.
We got unlucky.
Damn.
They flew away. We risked it, and then they flew right back and bubbled, and then all the tornadoes died. We killed a saber though, or no, we killed it. What was we killed? We killed something. Hecate, right? That was there was a Hecate.
I left a Hecate on hull, but he immediately jumped the gate.
Oh, we didn't even kill him. Oh.
No, he was on hull though, because it was at the perfect range. It was like 26 kilometers. Like one hit was like 5,000, the other was like 4,000. It was on hull at that. So it was probably in defensive mode.
Question I have is like, so were they waiting?
Kind of. They were defending that
aligned.
system. First they left. Then we decided to risk it, and then they happened to warp back. They were first camping, then they left, then they came back. I suppose they could have baited us, right? Like they could have been like, okay, we're gonna leave, and then we're gonna come back, because then maybe they'll just jump it, and then that's exactly what we did.
Maybe. I don't know. Unless they jumped to the gate that you all were going to jump through and then crash back. Probably not baited. Probably just came back. I mean, was there other neutrals? Maybe that's why.
Yeah. There is something we could have done here, although you're not gonna like it. It's we could have waited until that system became less populated. Although who knows how long that would have taken. We could, you know, what we could have done? We could have waited until a long time passed, where nobody appeared on the gate. You know what I mean? Because I mean they left and we chanced it, and if we'd waited until they were gone for 5 minutes, the chance that they would have picked exactly the time we picked to go in is very low, right? Because if
Yeah, they wouldn't have come through.
that's actually what we should have done. I just didn't think about it. I just don't have a lot of experience with ways to avoid gate camps that don't involve interdiction nullifiers and instant aligning or cloaking or whatever, because, you know, when I encounter this problem, I just looked up what was in the game and I was like, oh, okay, there's a module that solves my problem, so I guess I'll fly tier 3 cruisers, I guess, since they can use that module. But yeah, I will SRP this, of course.
Yeah, I mean, guess yeah, I mean, looking at the system, it looks like the same people are pretty active here. Based on what I'm looking at.
There is a Hecate fit. I don't know. I mean, this is completely different. This is not a sniper fit at all. I mean, it's actually, I guess the Jackdaw is a 2-second aligner, I think, in propulsion mode, I think.
Problem is you need like a lot of Jackdaws to kill something unless you're rocket.
It's 250. It's 250 DPS.
You're a big fan of missiles, aren't you?
I acknowledge their effectiveness, but I think I wish they weren't strong, because I think they're the least interesting weapon, precisely because of how they're not affected by like the signature radius speed stuff very much.
I can fly Svibbles, the Minotaur equivalent.
I don't know anything about that ship. I only know about Hecates and this thing.
They're gonna be close ranges if I do this, but they should be fairly quick on their feet.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you can do tornadoes again. You just do whatever you want. We'll just try again, and this time we'll wait. We'll wait until they've been gone for like 3 minutes before if we run into like the situation we were in, we will give it like 3 minutes before we cross.
All right then. It's gonna be a minute till I get back to a Mars system.
Yeah, those ships were 100. So yeah, just don't worry about this fleet. Well, there's two reasons to not worry about the fleet going negative. One is that I'm paying 10 million per minute, so we're probably going to go positive anyway. But even if it did go negative, I wouldn't demand any money from you because I give every new person 2 billion of like loss prevention, precisely because if this happens, I don't want them to be put off by it. Like if this happens by chance on their very first fleet, I want them to be put off. So
No rage quitting. I mean, if they quit immediately after that, then they're already kind of gonna leave anyway. The second was convenient for them. Okay, I'm looking at 15 jumps.
mm-hmm. Yeah, this is why I stock my market with all the ships I use.
Jump.
Oh no, the cloaks have run out. That's not like a devastating. I mean, that's okay. It's not a crisis, but lost too many scepters lately.
I can get about 529 DPS for a Svipul, which is the T3 destroyer, overheated. I'm sure if I polarize that, it's probably going to bump it up to 600.
Yeah, if you polarize, you need to have enough rain. You need to be sure that you're not going to take return fire, because then you die super fast.
Yeah.
It's not good to polarize if you're going to be trading damage, but it is good if you think you're never going to get hit at all.
Or you just do a glass cannon fit.
Yeah, if you're never going to get hit. If you are, for example, like imagine you have longer range than the enemy, like they literally can't hit you at all, right? Then it can make sense.
Definitely could try a longer range fit then. Maybe not the destroyer though. Keep looking at different fits.
Yeah, this guy is stocked. Let me see if there's 3 of it. It is.
I can't fly a jackdaw.
Ah.
Yeah, I can only like alright, I can't fly most ships in the game, probably only Mimitar. And like I could fly Mimitar battleships all the way down to frigates. I can fly here. Let me just list off it'll probably be faster. So I could fly let's see, I'm level 5 in frigates, level 4 in interceptor, level 5 in covert ops, level 4 in logistics frigates, level tactical destroyer, level 4 in strategic cruiser, level 5 in just T1 cruiser, level 4 in navy battle cruiser, level 4 in battleship. So yeah, most the T1 and navy variants.
Mm. I'm just thinking, what about your Loki fit maybe?
Which Loki fit are you looking at? Lokis are very versatile.
Um, maybe maybe that Loki fit you linked earlier. I mean, it's low range, which I don't like, but maybe it's fine. If you just put
Fit them with artillery.
you would need to put interdiction nullifier and cloak on it though to get through the.
Yeah, you can swap out the both rigs and the subsystems on Loki's. As long as you got a mobile depot and you don't gotta worry about, losing either of them. So you could definitely fit it for fast travel and then immediately your destination. Swap out to something a little more tanky or faster lock-in or something like that. See if I can make something. Probably want
I mean, I can just try the tornadoes again. Actually, we have two choices. We can either go for something that's interdiction nullified. We can either go for something that's interdiction nullified, or we can do the same thing we did again. Because any ship that can't bypass bubble camps must simply wait for the bubble camp to not be there, right? I mean,
do we have time for that?
Erebus got in with his ship, and his ship has the same problem, right? Like his ship also gets screwed by bubble camps.
Hugin, but isn't it cloaked?
Normal cloak, I think, but not like covert cloaked.
It's a recon. How do you spell Hugin?
Yeah, but I believe it's the normal one. That one is not covert cloakable.
Okay. But it can be it's not seen on D-scan. That might be a nice.
Nah, that doesn't matter. You're coming through a gate. I mean, I suppose if they're de-scanning on the gate and when they see you, they take the gate, so they're sitting on the other side. I guess. Now it wouldn't matter because you're still coming out of warp visible, and they can take it takes time to come out of the warp, right? So they can always take the gate before you and bubble the other side. It doesn't really matter. Either way, I mean, I'm just saying that guy got in the usual way, so why not your tornadoes? You can just do tornadoes again.
Alrighty. So you want to try the NATO again then?
Yeah, sure.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I got one guy in a Mar. Other guy's 1 jump. The other guy's 8 jumps. We're looking at a 5-second alarm time on a Loki, perhaps, with a cloak and an interdiction.
Yeah, I've never been caught with an 8-second nullified covert chip, so 5 seconds should be
pretty fast.
should be much less likely to get caught.
Yeah, we could throw a mobile depot on it and refit it for damage mod. Alright.
Yeah, I mean you can do whatever you want. You can go for the Lokis or the tornadoes. I'm fine with whatever.
Probably do the NATO again then. You seem to have some okay-ish luck with that. You want me to bring the same fit of tornado or like anything you want me to change out?
No. No, there's nothing we can do. It's not related to the fit. We just need to not get caught by a bubble on the other side. Nothing more about it.
We could try to shoot the bubble next time, but as long
No.
as the saber's on grade, it's good.
No. There's only one way to destroy a. You can smart bomb you can smart bomb the object, but keep in mind these people have warp scramblers too. Like once you're caught, you're caught. There is no way to escape. If you're smaller and you're caught, there's no way to escape because you would need to somehow turn off all the warp disruption that's affecting you and warp out. That's your only chance, and there's no way to do that. So yeah, the fix is just don't get caught. There's not much point talking about what happens after we get caught, because then
yeah, once you're caught, that's in. Okay, what about I might try to go back to the medium micro jump drive, just because when one of my guys got tackled, the other two should be able to jump out at least within range and still apply some type of damage. At that
Well,
point,
if
though,
they
I
get
might
out,
go
you
for
should warp off. You should not stay around and, you know.
could still deal some damage. Because if I lose one guy, that's a drastic amount of my maximum DPS going down anyway. And who's to say they won't just follow you as well? Most definitely going to catch you.
I mean, they cannot catch you if you've warped off. You cannot really be caught. It's only they can combat probe you, but you can just warp repeatedly, and then they're not gonna get you. It's only if you have a very slow warp speed that you will be caught.
Yeah, I'm really slow in tornadoes. 3.5. That's what a single frigate, a T1 frigate has a 580 speed plus like in a line. So you probably will get caught eventually with a NATO. There's always the chance that you won't get caught if they're on the slow or they're just all too busy attacking tornado.
No, because they cannot warp to you until you're close to landing from your warp. That's why I say it's only if you're very slow that you can be caught. Like if you're like a capital ship or something. Those move incredibly slowly. The if you're warping to some random safe spot, right? Then they can't scan you down until you are in your final slowdown phase, because then it's only in that slowdown phase that you're relatively stationary and can be probed with the probe, right? And
Yeah.
it's only once they've probed you that they can even initiate the warp on their side. So even if they're in a fast ship, you can probably you can probably land and start warping to another safe spot. And you know be lifted off. You can be in warp again before they can land on grid.
Alrighty.
Where they have the advantage is at the gates, because they're larger than us,
Yeah, once
and
they're
at the gates
done.
we cannot avoid them. With that ship anyway. So the way we have to use those kinds of ships, we need to either use a carrier to teleport them around, which we can't do today, but we can do it in a few weeks.
Mhm.
And the other alternative is to wait for them to leave. There is really
Yeah.
no other method. But they left earlier, there was a gap when Erebus got in, so there should be a gap in the future as well.
Do that.
Yeah, let me know when you're in detail again, I
I
guess.
got one guy just 2 jumps out from a Mauler. By the way, could I get my SRP real quick so I can purchase another set?
Oh, you're like short. You're short on Liquidisk. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just. Ah. Okay. This is not the SRP. This is a loan. You'll have to give this back. This is
Very
a temporary liquidity loan. Okay. What is which character should I send it to?
To the main Panahut 06 over here. This guy.
All right. Add you. All right. So this is like a loan or whatever.
Oh, that's not 300 million.
I just sent enough. I just wanted it. Those.
Very well.
Just
When
send
do I have to
send,
give it
send
back? Or
yeah,
are you just
just
gonna have to earn it?
send it back when you have 3 billion again. I'll give you the SRP after the fleet. I'll because the SRP is part of the final calculation.
Got it. So you want me to send this back after the fleet?
Yeah, or tomorrow or something.
Yeah, I'll send it back when I'm logging off or something.
It's not important. I don't need it urgently or anything like that.
Okay. You want to see my overview? I'm streaming right now.
Oh yeah, my overview is shit. I don't have a good one. I really want a good
neither.
one.
Hang on, you'll see it once I undock.
All right, we were actually interrupted, so I was explaining how I do the payment, the money or whatever, right? So
Yeah, what's going on?
there's sort of step one is to determine how much money the fleet should pay out, right? And that can be a positive number or a negative number theoretically. Okay. Negative means you guys all owe me money. Okay.
Okay.
Of course, if that happens, I can't force you to pay, but I won't let you work for me again unless you do. So,
Okay.
so okay. So how it works is we determine like how much money to pay out or how much to pay in depending on what happens, right? So, for every minute, I add 4 million to the pool of money to be paid out. The Z kill value of what we blow up gets added to the pool of what's to be paid out, right? So if the more valuable enemy stuff we blow up, the more money the fleet should get, right? So the longer the fleet lasts, the more money. The more we blow up, the more money. Okay, but everybody who's in the fleet receives 100% SRP with a maximum limit on how expensive a single ship can be, which I suppose right now I'm setting to 600 million. That's just so that like nobody joins with a super carrier, and then now those 10 people owe, they all theoretically owe a lot of money to me because I got to SRP a fucking super carrier, right? I don't want to be trolled by somebody doing that. All right. So, so basically the idea is fleets are SRP'd, but everybody, including me, everybody in the fleet pays for the SRP. It's like you're co-insuring each other, right? You're sharing the pain, right? So you all share in the glory of what you kill. Like whether you're tackling or DPSing, whether you're using a cheap ship or an expensive ship, it doesn't matter. You all get the same reward, but you'll get the same pain as well if your group suffers losses, right? But there is that sweetener of the 4 million per time as well. So basically, if it's like a low activity day, then there's at least that, right? If the enemy doesn't show up very much.
Okay. Couldn't you also just pay them based on like what got destroyed and leave it at that? I feel like that'd still be a pretty good.
The reason I add in the time value is frankly because imagine it's just me and I really need one more guy to show up. Then the 4 million per day spread across just 2 people, me and the next guy, makes a large difference. But if it's already 10 people there, the per time matters very little. You know what I mean? It's a way to incentivize fleets that are too small from getting at least 1 or 2 more people in. Yeah, I might stop in the future. In the future, when I have more people and have more of a reputation, in the sense that people want to show up more in general, right? I might stop paying for the time thing. I might just make it pure performance based. But for now, there is the time bonus as well. Okay, so that's the amount. Notice I keep talking about amount the fleet gets or must pay in, right? Because it's all at the fleet level. Technically, how it's distributed is up to the fleet owner, not the FC per se, but the fleet owner. Right now, the fleet owner is me, and the way I run my fleet is that everybody gets an equal share and everybody pays an equal share, and everybody has SRP. That's my fleet owner policy.
But you just take the SRP out of the total funding available instead of having like everyone pay out of pocket.
Yeah, but then somebody who is really good at throwing ships away could work for me and lose all my money and achieve nothing. So the SRP is provided by the fleet owner. That's not a function of like my project. Like my project just pays for results, really, right? It's me as a fleet owner that chooses to distribute it evenly and chooses to give SRP and chooses to distribute the SRP costs evenly, right? That's my fleet owner policy. If a different person was working for me, they could theoretically have a different policy. They could have no SRP maybe. They could pay everybody a fixed wage if they wanted to, and maybe the fleet owner keeps the performance bonus or something, right? Like there's many things that could be done, but the way I do it is I believe in.
Since you're the UFC, then you're gonna have it set like that.
Yeah, I didn't say FC because I could. I mean, Erebus is better FC than me, right? So I could, as fleet owner, delegate FC to Erebus, maybe, right?
Okay.
So it doesn't
Are you
need.
going back out?
Yeah. Sorry, we're the tornadoes are coming. Their second round of tornadoes are coming in. By the way,
Still
so
have a bunch of away, right?
so the way I do it, right, is we calculate how much money to pay to the fleet, and then in the case of my fleets, it's all shared equally, and there is SRP, right? And then the one thing that remains to do is, because remember I said like you don't have to attend the whole fleet, you can just be there for part of the fleet, right? The way I do it, I record the fleet. Like even if I don't stream it on Twitch, I just record it using OBS, right? And then I will roll a dice, okay? And that dice will have a number of sides equal to the number of minutes the fleet went for. So if a fleet lasts for 200 minutes, I'm gonna roll a 200-sided dice, okay? And that chooses a random part of the video, and I'm gonna go to that part. I'm gonna check who's in the fleet at that time, and only those people get rewards or punishments. Only those people need to pay if the fleet went negative. Only those people get paid out if the fleet went positive, okay? Now, everybody gets SRP'd that were there for any amount of time anyway, but only those people who are at the sampled time get financially, affected, right? And the reason I do it that way is imagine you're there for 1% of the fleet. Like, you show up halfway through and you stay for, like, stay for 2 minutes in a 200-minute fleet, right? You shouldn't be paid like a full share. Your share should be proportional to how long you were in the fleet. Because imagine I do an 8-hour fleet, right? And then some people are there for 2 hours and some people were there for the full 8 hours, right? It wouldn't be fair if everybody got the same sort of reward for a full day of whaling, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I acknowledge that because it's luck-based, the time I choose, there's that element of risk, and obviously that's not good, but I just don't have a better way of implementing this that wouldn't be too much work. Because if I was going to go through the entire video and like add up the time that each person was there and divide them against each other, like it would just be too much work for me. So, yeah, sorry, you just got to deal with that risk.
Mhm.
But it'll, of course, the law of large numbers and all that stuff. So in the long run, it'll all, it'll be fair.
All right.
All right, let's try to get lucky.
Yeah, I'm about 11 jumps out.
Yeah, like I said, whatever fits you want to use, just whatever they are. If you send them to me, then I can.
It's the same thing. I just do a web and a
Yeah.
web and whatever the propulsion thing is.
Did you just send it? You sent it to the fleet? Oh no, you put it there. Yeah. All right, I will. If this is the fit you want, I can stock it. So whatever your favorite fit is, or 2 favorite fits, or whatever, just.
I'll fly anything if I can fly it.
I can stock it in Dira, so you don't need to fly to Amar each time.
Nice. Okay.
So do you squad warp everybody or something? I guess.
Yeah, I'm warping everyone as a squad.
I suppose I can give you access to all of them.
What's up?
Let's see.
Could you actually put Panhard 06 Xavier as the squad leader? That'd be a little easier for me.
The session changes are interfering with each other, I'm pretty sure.
What do you mean?
Whenever like you change systems or dock or undock or change your role in the squad, these are all session changes, which all use the same like piece of coding infrastructure in Eve, I think. So there's like a 10-second cooldown on these things.
Wow.
I'm trying to move Panda Enforcer to be a member. Did I succeed? Alright, now I'm gonna move this guy to be a squad commander. And then this guy is a squad member. Alright, I did it. Panda, panda, panda. And then need Erebus. See my pings. Alright, I've added you to the access thing. Let me find the folder. For you to be able to see my ping cube,
We'll have to online it.
you'd have to join this folder as an online folder.
Get open.
Are you from Germany? I saw German text there. Important and relevant.
No, it's just one of my friends.
Yeah, I believe it said important and relevant.
Wow.
Wichtig and aktuell. I'm from Norway, and I had the misfortune to be forced to try to learn German in school at some point. It was quite painful.
You had fun.
Nah, never really learned German. Just some words.
Okay, I'm moving into Deedle.
Yep, I'm gonna go to KBP and just sit there and count the time that I've seen nothing. And when I've seen nothing for 2 whole minutes, I'll tell you to jump, I guess. Alright, starting now.
Is KBP okay?
Yes, it is clear, but I've only been here for 30 seconds.
Man, there's a lot of structures owned by apps.
Yeah. Yeah, they're part of the Providence block, yeah.
Is this the people we're shooting?
Alright,
Yeah, we could try to declare war on them.
I think you can go now.
Let's get them 2 astral units out.
If you do get caught on this first gate, just fly back into the gate. Don't try to do anything. Just crash the gate.
Okay. Okay, 4,000 now. Jumping into nullsec now. And the system. Okay, I'm gonna warp to XHQ. Is it clear?
Yeah, it was a few seconds ago.
For now, there's a single caracal that's scouting.
Something took the gate, so something came through. Something is in XHQ now.
Well, I'm about to get in XHQ. I see a player just entered system. Surgeon Truth, the cure. Radius.
I mean, there's no point looking at every person. There's enemies live here. This is enemy live inhabited space. I'm gonna go back and forth through the gate. You just need to stay safe until we decide to chance the gate. Okay, I guess we're chancing the gate now.
Oh. Okay.
Let me see. All right, I guess we're doing it. So immediately in the next system, get safe.
Roger. I will warp random location.
We're getting run.
Panda Minor guy's frozen corpse. We died out here. Okay, I'm warping to random moon, Oper to moon 4. Immediately after, I'm gonna warp with my micro jump drive, and I'll actually
Oh my god! I somehow managed to lose my scepter.
Oh, what happened?
Hyperion actually strongly webbed me.
How do you get tackled?
Because I flew towards the gate to distract.
Oh no. It's all okay. I might be able to jump around really quickly. I could try to jump to the next gate.
No, get safe. Warp to random moons. Make safe spots while you're in warp, and then once you have 2 safe spots, you can. Once you have 3, you can warp between your own safe spots and make new safe spots as you go.
Okay.
Just choose random moon 3 times. Make safes, and then once you've done that, you can warp between the safes. I'll just get another interceptor. I'm coming again.
It's industrial Sino.
I'll warp to that.
I'm gonna warp to it. It's actually off D-scan.
They like scanning me for you? What's happening?
Don't know. I never check. I might be able to warp 100, but if they do have a bubble, it's probably gonna be there. I'll warp right here.
The enemy is trying to get us. They seem to know that we want to go in this direction.
Probably.
Did you cap the gate recently in the last couple days?
We tried getting into there, and then we got.
Oh no, I know we tried earlier.
Yeah,
the same.
We fought a Hyperion, and a Hyperion showed up this time too. So it's the same guy. The same guy was on us this time. This is very unfortunate because now our intent has been revealed by them randomly catching us twice. So now they know. Maybe they don't know where we want to go. That's the one benefit.
Man.
Yeah.
Considering though there is like so many of them. I'm logging back in. It's a Raven on Raven Navy issue. I know Raven. Sorry, not Raven. Yeah, they got a lot of battleships. I don't much we can do to that.
If you're in the general area, can you I will go to
I'm in
XH. I will go to XHQ. Are you in? Are you on the other side of that system? Are you on the JIV or whatever it's called? The
No, I'm in XHQ
okay.
because that's where I logged off because they kept combat probing me.
Yeah, they're
And
really active right now.
I didn't want to fly into there
Yeah.
because then that would show them where.
Panda needs to keep his tornadoes safe. Do you have a cloak, right, Erbus?
No, I'm just not descannable.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, okay. I was just wondering if you could be on a gate ping and observe the gate because I can observe the other side and then we can pick our moment and go in.
I need bookmarks. Hold on, you need to invite me to fleet.
Yeah, what's your character?
John Kronos.
So many people with names like that. Oh my god.
Got combat probes.
Keep warping between your 3 safe spots and make new safe spots between them.
I just sent you the name so you can copy and paste.
On
it
a
in Discord.
warped.
Coronas.
How dare you try to combat probe me?
Okay. Which
Drop
kind
like a
of ping do you want? Where do you want to ping?
Probably above the JEIV gate.
Warping now. There soon. All right. Yeah, you're doing good as long as your tornadoes aren't dying. You don't have any timers now, Mr. Tornado Guy. So, if you want, you
fleet. I can log out.
yeah, if you want, you can leave fleet on one of your accounts and log it out, and then do that for all of your accounts. If you just don't want the stress of this stuff.
You're on the JEIV gate, right?
Yes, now XHQJ Ivy Gate. I'm on a ping.
Sounds good.
That's clear then. All right.
Yeah.
Kicking out Pen Enforcer first.
Because of this kind of stress, this is why in my fits, I always like to have a cloak on it, because if I get into the situation, even if it's not a covert cloak, even if it's a tier 1 basic prototype cloak or whatever, I like to be able to just go like, nah, I'm just going to go AFK here, you're not going to find me.
Makes sense.
Airbus?
You lose too much scan resolution to do that.
Yeah.
Unless it's a covert ops.
Oh, you're going through?
Yeah, I'll just go through.
Why? Isn't that suboptimal? I mean, if I go through, I'm safe, but if you go through, you could get camped, right?
That's all right. It shouldn't be.
Okay.
All right, no, there's nothing in here. It's clear.
Okay. Tornado guy. Or Panda. Let's take the. Okay, fine. We'll take the gate. Just fucking do it. I see nothing on the scan here.
Very well. Preparing a jump gate.
Yeah, JEIV. Again, I'll repeat it for probably the final time, right? When we have carriers, this stuff becomes not a problem because ships like tornadoes can be teleported past the enemy blockade. But right now, this is a huge ass pain, which is why I prefer nullified fast aligners, nullified cloakers.
Actually, the two easiest ways, even easier than a carrier. It's just like, well, a Titan bridge is probably too expensive, but
yeah, it's too much for me for now.
If you do have a Titan, you can just bridge past everything without actually jumping the Titan there, and that's almost zero risk to your ship if you have the range. But you can also do like covert op ships and like blops bridging.
Yeah. But not all ships can take a blops bridge. Yeah, once you're in there, just get safe. Do the same. Get safe again.
You could easily set up a gate camp with
You want me to log off?
rapiers.
Just priority 1 is get safe. Just get somewhere that's not on a place the enemy is going to show up.
Oh, I can work to a safe spot. and he can warp to me.
Warp to one of the corners of the cube or whatever. Like it'll be fine. Just anywhere. I will give you what I call a. This is called what I call a deep safe.
Oh, you got a deep safe?
Yes. I will almost give you mine. What I will do is I will create one that's like just like 1 AU away or something.
How do you create deep safes, by the way?
Secret voodoo. But I'll tell you. Okay.
I can make one in my wormhole. That'd be pretty cool. I'd love to have a station.
Yeah. I will tell you. Because it's not that big of a deal really. But
Okay, I'm in the corner of one of these.
let me just find it on the fucking list.
Do I even have a? Forgot my mobile depot. That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll make do. Okay. You want me to log off or like what's going on?
Okay. Warp to me now. I'm like 1 AU away from my deep safe. Warp to me now. To Kainominat. Work with everybody or whoever you want the deep safe on. And now you can bookmark the location you're going to arrive at, and this can be your deep safe. Okay. Do not place a mobile depot here because this is like my deepest safe in the system. So I don't want anything here that can be scanned down. Okay. Because then the enemy is gonna.
So is this off D-scan?
Almost. I thought it was a true deep safe. I realize now it's not quite because I think the Desolate Asteroid Belt or the ESS is in range or something, which is a bit of an oversight. But I will replace this deep safe. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess you could have just taken my actual deep safe. Actually, just warp to me and take my actual deep safe because I'm gonna replace this one anyway. It's not a good deep safe. It's not a true deep safe after all. It's like almost. It's deep safe to everything except for the ESS. The ESS is within the scan range.
Yeah.
Warp to me now. Steal my actual deep safe because I'm gonna replace it.
You already in system?
Yeah.
It's good warping right now.
Yeah. So this is my actual deep safe. Now you have it, so I'm gonna leave, so I won't draw enemy attention. I will now make one you can use for depots.
No, that's okay. I don't have any. Don't got any depots on me.
Yeah. I'm warping to my depot safe right now, so if you want to have it for the future, you can warp to me in a few seconds. Yeah, I'm on the depot safe.
Is there a depot already there?
Oh yes. It contains warp disruption
Isn't
bubbles.
That personal though?
What?
I don't think I'd be able to use that though.
Oh yeah, no, you can't use it. You can't use it. I'm just giving you the the location in the star system in case you wanted to place your own mobile depots.
Is a
Okay,
saber
are we,
on scan?
Yeah, we're too busy. We're doing the. I gave him my deep safe, and now I'm giving him my depot safe in case he wants to at some point put a depot here.
Sounds good. I'll probably just put it on grid if I'm gonna do anything because
Yeah.
I like to be.
Yeah, I've been toying with the idea of putting it on the star just to like flex on them actually.
Well,
And naming my depots things like pay this account 10 million a week to make me fuck off,
mhm.
Alright. I'm warping off the depot in 30 seconds, so it's your chance.
Okay. So you want me to get onto the grid again? Ready?
Yes.
to-
Yes. I suggest
They got
you.
combat scanners out.
I suggest you go to a corner and log off, unless there's something to kill.
There's a Hakate.
Where's the see 3.3.3 is the corner block?
Yeah, anything with all numbers being threes or negative threes or whatever, like the extremes, really.
Sounds good. I'm working us there.
Yeah. I'm gonna place the bubble
Eli,
net.
can you drop me the bookmark folder in the fleet?
Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, you need to be on the access list too. Dude, I didn't even know how to do this shit yesterday. I was just messing around today. Oh my god, dude. Now you have access, and then you need this thing. Enjoy. Go wild.
Where's the heck at?
I think it's over by the gate.
I don't think I'd be able to reach him like that. Actually, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
All right, chill out. We don't need to jump on every opportunity, okay? We have, we can let 5 pass and jump on the one that's the most favorable.
Very well. Well then, tell me what to do then. Ready to work on you if needed.
All right, everything is now set up. Okay. If you guys log off, it'll entice them to go for me, and then you can log in.
You can see us, but yeah, alrighty.
Yeah, but you're all in local now, right? Notice that Singrana is not in local because he's logged off, like a good boy. He's logged off on one of the corners.
Logging off. Never mind. I gotta leave fleet.
Yeah, you have to leave fleet. Yeah. That's why that's why I make the Scepter the fleet commander or whatever. Oh fuck, it's gonna suck, right? Because you need to group warp your guys. Yeah, you should maybe just not be in fleet with us and just make your own fleet or whatever, so you can group warp yourself.
So got log out. Oh, they are on me.
Oh fuck, they're on you.
Yep.
Oh, I'm
What are they
so
on you, man?
sorry for you. All right, let's try to maybe save him. Can we?
So you say a probe?
It's fighting.
Proteus. I'm able to jump out though.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Got tackled. I'm gonna target the malediction then.
Yeah, but you're not gonna damage it at all.
Can alpha volley the second. Alright, well, if I can warp one guy out, that's okay. Smack the Proteus. There's a Proteus right here.
Going
And I
in.
got
I'm probably
double
not gonna
tackle.
do shit though.
Yeah, that was
That's fine.
sad,
There's
but
a
whatever.
Raven.
I might die here. We'll see what happens when I exit.
I will say these guys are far more competent than the typical people who show up. This was a very competent, fast response. Like
Yeah.
the way they combat probed and just were on you like instantly. Like that was like unheard of
No
actually.
micro warp fitted.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do to save you. Sorry.
You're good.
What it is.
Yeah, I got triple bonked.
Yeah, this is the most
Happened a lot.
this is the most impressive response I've ever seen. I've never seen people this good actually
Because I
show up.
already prepared at us. You know, we came up once. I'm like, oh, they're gonna be back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a thought occurs to me,
So
which is that we should have waited to log off until the system was empty, rather than just log off in their face.
oh, we should log off right now. Oh, they logged off.
Yeah.
Let's just leave.
Okay. In my brain, I was just sort of like, yeah, we're here now. We can log off now, right? Because like when I come here, it's always empty, and it's only when I put the warp bubble up and it catches somebody that the response crew comes like 2 minutes later. Yeah, that's how it always is.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Redbox jump is the scanner. So I'm gonna add this guy. Redbox to jump. Do this game.
Who do you want me to drive by Scram, Erebus?
You could
Just,
warp on.
you gotta get the fucking Proteus off of me.
There's a Hecate on me as well. So if you want to warp the Panda Xavier or Panda Enforcer, you should be able to get a Hecate kill.
You get that Proteus off me?
I'm going after it. It's running off.
Yeah, there's a Hecate aligning to you.
I'm out.
That's great. Yeah, they had no reason to run there, but they did.
Wow, that grid is really laggy. There's a lot of.
They ran?
No, I'm saying it's laggy.
Oh.
Are they running?
I mean, the Proteus ran away from me when I was going for him in my malediction. I mean, I had nothing. I mean, if I'd caught him, what would I have done, right? Yeah, he was concerned.
Okay.
Alright, yeah.
Well, I guess I can move to that bubble or Where's home system again?
Proteus actually was not probably well fit. I could kind of tell. He took a lot of damage. He didn't seem to rep any.
Oh my fucking god, they got me, dude. That was a long ass warp
Good
disruptor. Oh yeah, because the Proteus has like range
Yeah.
extension bonus, right? Yeah. I didn't think of that. Fuck. Sorry.
All good. Whatever. I'm gonna go back home.
The only reason I was able to escape him was because of the webs. I had dual webs
That-
on him.
I was able to boost my way out of there using the giant. I was able to get 2 guys out. Well, the third one died on me, sadly. And then the Proteus, that thing was fast.
You guys
That
killed the
caught up with
Saber,
me.
right?
Probably not. Saber's way too small for me.
Yeah, something
Like, I
died though.
probably have reliable hits on cruisers on that. It's a Saber chasing me though. EOS cannon.
Well, these guys are really confident, so they might actually scan the deep safe. No one's ever done it, but if anybody does it, it'll be these guys for sure.
The depot safe.
I wouldn't count on the deep safe. I would create warp random moons and create random safe spots and warp around.
Yeah. How about we try to gank a insurgency system? Those guys are a lot less prepared because it's not an actual organization. It's more, random militia members just trying to get to and fro.
I'm open to talking about it and learning about why we should do it, but right now with the knowledge I have, I don't see why. Because like, how can we get those guys to pay us?
We wouldn't be asking them to pay us. We'd just be taking advantage of the traffic.
Okay, we can do it to practice fighting and stuff. Like that would be the reason to do it that I can see then.
Alright. Well, then we want to bring a lot smaller ships because anyone in militia space is just looking for a fight. So it's either people looking for a fight or just people trying to get to a fight. So we could probably catch them off guard, especially with a well-timed bubble placement with like an interdictor. I think we check the map. Maybe we might. What do we got here?
The market is now starting to run out of essential interceptor components. There's no more warp disruptor 2s. I gotta restock this.
Max out corruption is what we're looking at. Okay, we got the Citadel. So by Jita, Isera.
I'm not doing it today. I'm not gonna start organizing something new today, but we can look into it and make a plan tomorrow.
My opinion would be, I'd pick a different. Considering that this area is just very much like next to their home system, right? Like these guys, they're living in the system next door, and we're putting ourselves into a pocket, right? So all they have to do is close the lid on the jar, right? And then pretty much they can just entrap us there.
Oh yeah. I mean that's not a downside. I mean that's I went into this knowing that realistically there is no way to do any kind of there's no way to do like inter-system maneuver warfare or anything. You know what I mean? Like this is a toll booth on transit through a specific system. Like it's like we can get equality within the you know what I mean? Like they control the gate crossings, but we can contest the crossing between stuff in that one system. You know what I mean? Within that one system, we can be equal to them, right? Like they have no special home field advantage within the system, right? In fact, with preparation, I guess they have the structures they can dock with. I guess.
I think the problem is just that they have preparation in the system. That's the entrance that we have to go through, right?
Yeah, I know. But like I said, that's not like a long-term feature, right? Like in the long run, the gate camp crossing is going to be replaced by carrier logistics, right? Or alternatively, it's going to be people using nullified ships, right? So you have to kind of just discount. You have to just kind of discount all of that stuff. Like you have to kind of just pretend it's not even happening right now to assess the viability of this stuff, right? Like I don't hold that against like all the difficulty we had getting in there. That's not going to be there in the future, right? Uh,
Mhm.
the only thing here that was like big was the whole like oh, we fucked up by logging off right away on the corner. Like that was the one. That's like the one thing we gotta learn to not do again, because that's not going away, right? That's gonna be there next time too. But all that other stuff are details that can be optimized away by organizing. Organizing either different fits or having a carrier to send us.
Yeah.
So I don't I just kind of ignore it in my learning here. Bother me.
I'm just thinking. That's all. Mine's just work.
Yeah.
I mean, are you specifically attached to this particular constellation?
No. It can go literally anywhere.
So are you attached to the idea of gate camping or
Partially.
Having a tall booth?
partially? Okay.
Let me put it this way. I said a couple of weeks ago to Kartoffelbauer that I would try small gang PvP as a way to pressure people, right? Because he recommended that. So I said to him I'll try it. So gate camping is one way to do that, right? If there's a different way to do small gang PvP that can put pressure on somebody to make them pay, then I'm willing to swap out the gate camp for that instead, right?
We can apply enough DPS to continuously reinforce Moondrill. Then, depending on who the owner is, we might continue his content,
Yeah.
free moons, or just get them to, pay us a flat rate to leave that system alone. Because every
Yeah.
single time they show up, they'll have to.
We need more people for that.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly.
HP is quite a lot.
Yeah, if we had enough people, we could do that. That would be a thing we could do.
We need something that's either really fast at dealing damage, or like just enough of them.
I'll repeat what I said. Like the response we got today is literally like better than anything I've seen in all my trips out there. Like I think I've done like 10 or more trips out there placing random bubbles, and almost all the time the response was something where like I've actually taken fights just for the hell of it, just to see if I can. I've always disengaged because I don't want to lose my Tengu, obviously, but I've lost a lot of interceptors by just disengaging my Tengu and letting the scepter die. But the stuff that shows up is always way less skilled than what happened today, and also way lower numbers. Like this was like something else. That whoever's awake at this hour in that space is on a different level to the.
Avoid this time zone.
Yeah, like this is not normal. Like this response was completely different.
This is US time zone.
All right, I need to buy some because you're not stuck in that system. So in case you need to leave.
I'm in Dira.
Oh, you died?
No, I'm in Dira. I went back to the staging.
How did you get back?
I bounced around and then snuck through the
back. Okay, never mind. I was gonna come in with the scepter filled with parchment filaments, just so that like if you needed to like leave, you could get your ships out. Okay.
Yeah, I died. Like
I'm actually chilling.
Down, but my capsules are...
I'm actually chilling in the pocket, still alive.
So good.
OTEC Y.
Like I said,
these guys aren't like super competent, because if they were super competent, they would have followed me to OTEC Y, and they didn't.
Yeah, there was kind of a makeshift fleet on their end, but at the same time, we also are kind of running a makeshift fleet. So if we have an actual fleet, then we probably could curb stop them before we can get reinforcements on their end.
Stealth bombers are cool. I see you're looking at that. Those are cool.
439 for 125.
Application is ass though, so you do need actually. Well, it's fine now, right? Because we have the Hugin, right? Like that. That's exactly what you need for that.
T2 is pretty good though, but this would be for attacking larger things. So if we specialize in attacking like some kind of blingy jump fighter or any type of large ship that can't really fight back, which might be somewhat often 350 DPS.
Yeah, I want to try that, like the mining stuff, the moon. Hey, somebody was kind enough to give me a web page that shows when all the horde moons are popping. I have a
Oh,
URL like when
I
all the
wanna go
horde moons are
slash
are,
it
are
out.
popping. So
Save copies of that, like, because they're gonna remove your access or like save screenshots of it. Look at this, 931 DPS if you include the bomb launcher
I mean,
for 60 million, roughly
this
40.
is some public shit. Okay, this is just some public website here.
Public.
Either
We
way,
can fake a bunch of.
I'm just saying we could go after miners on the horde moons when they pop. Like we could. So the way we would do it is we would
We could log out ahead of time.
yeah, exactly. We'd go there first, and we'd make the cube and everything. We'd prepare the grid, right, and then yeah.
I don't even think we need to prepare a grid because preparing a grid is for like jumping around if you need like rapid warping. So that'd be for like some kind of station defense. Like if we're just attacking random AFK miners on a moon, we just got to pack enough DPS to warp on them, blow them up, and then immediately bounce or cloak or something. Might even be able to block them,
Well,
to be honest, if we could do that fast enough, and then immediately covert cloak. Because like a retriever has like 25,000 EHP if you fit it well. Procurer can have up to like 60,000. Cover is gonna have a cover is gonna be active though, so it is gonna try to fight. But that can
you're
only
probably
have
gonna
like
find a lot of people with
10,000.
hulks.
Yeah, if they're
That's what
hulks, that's great.
they're gonna
We
be
could
mostly
definitely take a few
hulks.
hulks.
Hulks that are gonna be usually in a lot of cases pre-aligned out to the structure or to
Nice.
another structure or safe tower.
Anything.
Most of what you'll catch is the porpoise, the orca, the rorqual.
We could try
Um,
to do the bumping trick on any type of hulk that looks like it's already aligned. Like as you uncloak, you ram into them, which
yeah, but
while you're waiting for your
a lot of
covert
these
cloak.
people are so quick they'll just warp out immediately. If they immediately click the warp button, the moment they
Well,
see a neutral in system, those
oh
ships
yeah,
are mostly
that's
gone.
a different story.
So that's most of what happens. Now I'm not saying that you can't
Well,
find AFK people. I mean, I do. I have found AFK like people in
yeah, this is
space.
what we're hoping. We could try needle jacks and like warping directly to high activity centers. That way, we're already behind enemy line, and then we just like warp to whatever AFK Ishtar we see. Last time I did that with a few friends, we had a really fast. Like it was an
Yeah,
interceptor pilot, but he was really experienced. And
yeah,
we
yeah.
caught
Needle
like
jacks are great.
yeah, we caught like I think 2 or 3 Ishtars before we went down. We did
But
eventually die. That's to be expected. We took out a few guys with us. I was part of the interceptor.
I mean, you do that for just roaming though. But if you want to like do like a concerted campaign, though, you can't use a concerted campaign of needle jacks. I think the
Yeah.
big thing is like,
So you're
um,
just trying to make money off small gang. It doesn't matter what you're doing, just or is it specifically like making money off of what do you call that? Like extortion maybe or
Yeah, I mean,
what
I'm
do you call
just
that?
understand that when I said I'm a little bit attached to trying to do it through small gang, that was because I made a promise to somebody on this server that I would try it. Okay, that's not because I believe in it. I mean, I actually think
Yeah.
that
I mean small gang is like small gang can be anything because what qualifies as a small gang?
well, I mean, it would be the ship numbers,
it's
but but
20 people, then yeah, I'm a small gang. That's
yeah,
easy.
yeah. Either way, I mean, this is like as compared to posting a person. Like, imagine I posted one person in every system, and they just sat there in a covert ops frigate, and if anybody ratted, we would summon an interceptor to the system, and they would immediately fly to the site and tackle the guy, and then the Sino would immediately covert Sino in 4 blops to blast the Ishtar, and then they would just leave as soon as the Ishtar was
you
dead,
don't
right?
use an interceptor. You just use a
Yeah, no,
hyperspace.
another covert Sino maybe, right? But
Yeah. So we could get like a NATO with a covert Sino,
No.
or I mean not a NATO, some kind of stealth bomber. So you could tackle them unleash the covert Sino.
The stealth bomber dies. The frigate is better than the stealth bomber. I know that the stealth bomber can lock instantly, but no one's that fast. Okay, no one warps out within 5 seconds. No one's that fast.
So like some kind of
Like it's a covert ops frigate. It's Buzzard Anathema or whatever they're called, right? But the detail is unimportant. I'm just saying that was my original plan, was to build up to that. In the meantime, I was just roaming around with my interceptor and my Tengu, right? And then some people on this server said like, nah, I should try the small gang stuff instead, and I thought about it and it was like, okay, we can do gate camps, and then I decided to try to make that happen, right? I'm still on the small gang gate camp stuff because I'm gonna give that a real try. But just for context, I'm just following Kartoffelbauer's recommendation here. But yeah, Kartoffelbauer is he's like he was on the team that won the last Alliance tournament. He's like ungodly good at small gang PvP. Yeah.
I don't disagree with the gate camp idea. I just think our particular location, I think probably a change of location would be better.
Why is the location bad? What's the problem?
In my opinion, this location it favors the defender, or i.e. CVA too much.
It's close to their staging, and they can easily call in a read.
Favors them in what way? In the sense that it's hard to get to the system the way we did, or?
Well, I mean, not only is it hard to get to, but the second thing is like their response time, like their ability to swap out ships is like very quick, right? Ideally, you want like there's two ways you can go about gate camping, right? One is, and this is the old traditional low sec way, right? You gain control over a low sec system, right? You don't literally plant your flag on it, right? But you kind of gain control over it, right, with your small gang, right? And then you start camping the gates, right? And you maintain control over that system like the best that you can. You just camp those gates, right? And because no one can hold it as sov, right? As long as you make sure no one else wants to deal with you, you'll hold control, because unless you have something worth taking, no one's going to bother trying to take it from you because it's low sec. And what is a bigger group going to do? Oh, they're going to fly a Sino there and then try to blop on you. But then if you dock up, are they going to sit there for 5 hours and wait for you to undock? No.
I mean, low sec. In low sec, everybody has NPC stations to dock in, right? And that's not true in null sec. In null sec, we don't, but they do.
Right. So in null sec, the solution is, if you don't own the space, right, you're going to hostile space, right? So you ideally don't want to be gate camping something that's like next to someone's staging system, because what's going to happen is, right, they'll always have intel, and they'll always have the ability to have a calculated, overwhelming response, right? And because of the fact that in that particular system too, not only are we close to the staging system, but we have to fly through one of the staging systems, right?
Yeah, keep in mind that part can be ignored, okay? Because
right,
like I said, we can work around it with fits. If people fly tier 3 cruisers, it literally isn't a problem. I've never been caught flying in there.
Well,
and
I think
yeah, with the carrier, we just teleport past.
The thing I'm getting at is, if they see, like, let's assume that you're not going to get caught on the way there, right? Like, if they see what you're in right beforehand, right, then they'll form up to fight you in what they have on standby in the staging system that counters that, right? Based on depending on how skilled they are, right? If they're stupid, then these guys, I'd say they weren't great, but they were at least average, right?
Yeah, but everybody except every other day I've been there, it's been way worse.
Yeah.
This was like a abnormally skilled response. Like in terms of how fast they were, how quickly they were on us. Like that was completely different to how it usually was.
Were you talking about the second time around?
Yeah, when we got in there, I was surprised that they managed to just get on you in that corner that fast or whatever. Like usually it takes them a while to decide to do anything or whatever. Like usually they scratch their heads a while.
Expecting us from last time. And then
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Exact same group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so that case they had pre-warning. I just prefer systems that like have multiple maneuver points, like a choke point, right? That's a place that someone has to fly through to do logistics. That's always the ideal point that you want to day camp, right? But on either side, ideally, if there's multiple, assuming you don't control the space and there's not NPC stations, right? If there's multiple escape routes, like it becomes very hard for someone to trap you there.
I don't really believe we can not be trapped. I went into this resigned to the fact that whatever system I choose is going to be where we're gonna, in a sense, gonna make our stand. Although by stand, I don't mean fighting and dying. I mean disengaging and logging off. Because like okay, they can dock in structures, right? But we can dock into the ether by logging our ships off, right? Like it's not really not that much worse, you know. It's our logistics is just more pain for us because we need to carrier stuff in. If we want to use stuff that's not nullified, we gotta carrier it in. Whereas they can literally just store 10 different chips in their Astrohus, right? And they can, you know, just come in a pod and bring out whatever they want. You know, like for them, So I do acknowledge that there is a home field advantage because they get to store multiple ships in a Astrohus and we don't. Like we have like a tune in a system, right? Right? And that sucks, right? But at least within the system, we are equal. Like it's only at the, like you said, like we can get trapped, right? It's only because they can trap us that if we had to cross gates, there would be a problem. But we don't need to cross gates once we're in the system. When we're in, we have just as much ability as they do in that system, anyway. And that's why I went for their Ansiblex, right? Because if they just trap us there, then we need to be in a good place, basically, right? Because if imagine we got trapped in some random no-name system, right, that they don't usually use, right? Well, then it would be really bad, right? Because then now they've contained us and they're effectively protecting their shipping route, right, by trapping us, right? And then we're trapped there also, right? So I just so you know where I'm coming from, like the view I had is that if you're going into enemy space, there's nothing you can do to not get trapped. Like if you're bringing a large fleet, it's going to be unwieldy, and they're going to just come because they have Ansiblexes, right? Like it's not like they're going to come from behind, right? They're gonna come from both sides of the pipe, right? So when you enter any pipe, if they want to, they can come from both sides, right? And there's nothing you can do. Like it's not on you to be clever to somehow outdo the enemy strategist. It's on them to not fuck up, right? Like if they bubble camp both sides of the camp and just slowly choke you into one system, I mean, you're gonna be in that one system. So in the end you end up in one system, right? I just kind of went at it from the angle of like, okay, well, if we're gonna end up in one system, let's choose that system. And let's prepare our really, let's put mobile depots there and prepare the grid and all that stuff, right? Like, let's just go there from the start, you know, if we're going to end up in one system.
That should give me some ideas, though.
But not only have you heard that, if you still want to suggest a different system, or try to persuade me to do maneuver warfare, which I don't think can be done, at least not with my skill level, but I'd like to see evidence to the contrary. Now's the time, because I'm totally on. Like, there's no deep thought about why I chose that system. It was literally just like, okay, it's not their main route, because I didn't go for their main route, like, because their main route is KVP, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that system you don't want.
Yeah, you see where their Ansiblexes go, right? Like, I could have gone for their main Ansiblex. I didn't do that because I knew the response would be like instant, basically, like it would be honest constantly. I went for this little side route, which is like sometimes, because like when I enter the system, it's often empty. You know, when I come here in my Tengu and Scepter, often I'm the only 2 accounts in the system, right?
And I didn't. Today was the exception then.
Yeah. Today was just weird. Yeah. I will say though, my experience is not in this time zone, right? It's already 2 in the night my time. Like usually I'm active like at least 4 hours before this, right?
So. I guess that's earlier then.
It's kind of weird. Like maybe they have some weird people at night. Their primary time zone is, I believe it's 8 hours ago. That's their reinforcement timer, right? That's their vulnerability window.
Time zone area.
Yeah. By the way, during their normal time, at their peak time, right? This system is often empty. So I've gone there, and what happens is I sit there, and then some cargo ship comes through, and I catch it, and then um, sometimes that happens. Other times, some guy shows up in a Vexor Navy, and I get a 1v1 or something, right? And sometimes an Arazu and an Osprey Navy issue shows up, and then I can't fight them at all, because if I did, I would get my Tengu caught. But yeah. But you know, if your tornadoes were there, we could have totally blapped it, right? So like, that's what I was picturing, is we would kind of engage the usual stuff. But today was just abnormal. This was just weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, there isn't like a super deep thought or fixation on this system. So if you'd like to go to a different system, then I can totally do that. But I'm not sold on the moving around stuff, because I think regardless, I think we would always get boxed in. So it's better to choose. I do think it's better to choose the system you're gonna fight in.
Yeah, I'm just looking at different like, spots that are slightly more isolated, but also have high traffic. Right.
Traffic isn't that high, right? I mean, the JEIV is like less than less than 100.
There's other spots that exist though that are like higher traffic that are probably far more isolated, right? There's like I mean, but they're not in Providence, right? There's F7C, which is the gateway to like Cloud Ring, and by proxy also the gateway to Fountain. So that's a logistics route for like people, right? Going that way. There is.
Yeah, but remember, I'm tiny. Like we can't go for the jugular, you know. We can't go for the biggest prize, because I'm.
I used to do stuff in Cloud Ring. I would say it's pretty. It's not like the jugular in the sense that like you're gonna get like 50 million people like down your throat, right? It's actually a trick too. You could do to that one. You can also reinforce, if you reinforce the Ansiblex, they'd actually have no fucking logistics. But and they'd have to fly like 15 jumps, which would really suck for them.
Yeah, they're not green to me. They're not allied with the Imperium, so I'm good there.
And then you got EC TAC P8R, the entrance to Pure Blind. That one might be a little harder because it is close to someone's staging.
EC TAC PR?
EC TAC P8R, sorry. P8R. It's in Pure Blind. It's the entranceway to Pure Blind.
I see.
Let's see. You also have. I'd kind of stay away from the Chinese, just because like they do tend to like actually form a fleet and try to come chase you off the gate. I've realized that.
Yeah. Also the language barrier. I mean, if I'm gonna tell them to pay up, I gotta get a Chinese translator or something, right? Maybe.
Google Translate.
I guess some other people gotta know English, so they'll get it eventually.
That too. Yeah. There is a decent amount to know English, and also Google Translate is not like, even though it's not the best at translating Chinese, it should be good enough to say pay up.
Actually, it's very good for Chinese. It's a bit of a side note, but in China, in China they have like specific like. They will have like a, you know how like we have like 23 characters in the alphabet and we form words out of lots of characters? In China, they have a fucking character for every fucking word, okay? So it's actually much easier for a machine to translate like into Chinese, right? Because they have a dedicated word for each thing. Like they have a fucking letter that just means cup or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need to realize that a CUP in that order, in that context, means cup. No, they have a specific cup symbol, right? Right? So actually, the machine translation into Chinese is actually really good, apparently.
It used to be bad though at one point.
Yeah, because I mean Google didn't start with Chinese, you know. I mean, it started with English, right? But their language is actually like super translatable by machine, like more than English, because of the way that they have a fucking character for words. That's what we would use a word for. But
Google Translate's actually not bad for Russian either anymore. It used to be really bad though for Russian too. It used to be atrocious. At one point, way back, I remember that too.
Yeah.
But also though, you gotta like some funky stuff that you got to do though if you translate English to Russian in Google Translate to make sure that actually comes out right.
All right, there's one thing I wanna. Is it necessary? I was gonna suggest next time we should have a cloak. Like the tornado should have had cloaks fitted. So that right after warping, they could have just cloaked. They don't need to be covert cloaked. Even just a normal cloak is really useful.
So what else?
Alright.
What other systems are looking at? LXQ, 2 entrance to Ethereum Reach, somewhere in that area.
LX.
We could definitely camp Sujirento, the
Pretty cool.
path between Jita and Dodixie. Stage 5 already, so we just gotta put a bubble down.
Isn't I thought
Entrance to
Sujirento was
Armageddon.
a low sec system.
It's
It is.
insurgency, so pretty much it's like nullsec.
Ah, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to try the insurgency stuff. Yeah.
Let's see. Then there's LS TAC S, which is essentially the bridge from Cavallo Expanse to Geminate for P Horde.
Yeah, I see the pattern. You keep suggesting these systems that are like really high traffic and like the main gateway for like entire regions.
I mean, if we
Yeah.
can get enough kills to either break even or make a good profit and then immediately bounce off before they can call enough backup in,
Yeah.
might be a little better. So we'd be going loud than trying to sneak our way in and then set up camp. We just go.
I approve. So when you say break even, I mean that's for the fleet members. It's not for me. I mean obviously, the way I'm gonna make any money is if I can convince people to pay me, right? So if we go to some insurgency system, it will not serve that last goal, but that last goal is just my end game goal, right? So as a sort of stepping stone, I really think there is a lot of merit actually to camping the insurgency systems or the low sec stuff actually, because what I need is to get a competent group going, and then I can later try to go for some null sec group. I actually do. I don't mind the Sujirento or whatever. In any case, the market is empty now of like interceptor components, so it's actually gonna have to be a little bit of unless I do like unless me or somebody in here, there is a guy here who likes to haul, he might do it. Unless me or somebody here does a haul, I can't do a fleet tomorrow, even though I should. Okay, if the haul goes through, I can do a fleet tomorrow, and we can.
Just, ping me out or direct message me, man.
Yeah. I still really appreciate you showing up. It's
Yeah, it's fine. You want your money back now?
What did you say?
So you want your money back now?
No, give it when you have 3 billion. You can give it to me.
I got 2.6 billion.
I'll wait until you have 3 billion, because I sent you 3 billion.
Alright.
Alright, I'm pretty sure. Who knows? Maybe we somehow managed to go negative. This might be one of the very few fleets we managed to go negative on. Have you uploaded all the losses to the fleet?
Let me check. Probably have to re-invite main panda. Could you invite the main panda again? Yeah, I didn't upload this still yet.
Main panda. What was
it?
Panda Hut or something? Panda Hut 6 Xavier?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a name.
Thank you. Very creative, I know. Okay, we had this guy. There's this guy. This is the second set of tornado. So I guess.
Yeah. I'll make sure there's no duplicates. I'll just put them all here, and then I'll delete any duplicates, and then I'll
Sounds good.
I'll calculate the fit value of all of them,
6
and then
kills
yeah.
total. 6 deaths, I guess. I hit that Hecate pretty bad.
Yeah.
Sure, I can fit like a what's smaller that has better tracking than a Nader. I can fit a Thrasher with artillery. I have much better tracking, but maybe not as much damage. Probably 1/10 of it. The Rupture might also be a good artillery.
The thing is, like we didn't really get to see, like we never got to do what I wanted us to do, which was to log off at the corners. Because imagine you'd logged in at the corners, right, and then you would have warped to 150 kilometers on the target, right? Like you would have been at long range, right? So your tracking wouldn't have been bad or whatever, right? Like we never got to like just choose to fight, because the point of what I was doing was that we could choose to fight because we had the drop on them and stuff. We never got there, right? We never got to really use the tornadoes the way they were supposed to be used and all that stuff.
Okie dokie. So do you like to try the exact same?
Yeah, honestly, the only thing I don't like about this is that sneaking the tornadoes in seems like a bitch, because you know XHQ is heavily blockaded. That's my only gripe with the tornado is just how annoying it is to get them in there. But once they're in there, they're good.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I've said it before, but you know, my preference is just a long range Tengu, because it has no problem moving through their gate camps. You just phase through. It's like you're not even there. They can't. It's not that they can't do anything to you. There is a counter. The counter is to fly something fast at you and decloak you. Really fast, and then warp scramble you. That works. The other solution is,
do they have that just sitting around?
Yeah, not really, right? And the other solution is to physically strike your ship. What happens to me is sometimes I get decloaked, but then like 1 second later I'm warping out, or 2 seconds later I'm warping out, right? So even though they get to see me, it's kind of like I'm an interceptor and I just warp out immediately. You know what I mean? But there was one guy in a Dramiel. There was one guy in a Dramiel who almost hit my ship. Like his ship almost bumped my ship, and if that had happened, I would have died. That's the scariest thing I've ever had. Was a guy who knew what he was doing in a Dramiel, and he almost got me. That has only happened once, and I've flown around, like I've jumped like hundreds of gates in their space, and that only happened once.
Yeah, you probably have much better tracking in a medium artillery. Oh yeah, that's much better. 15 compared to 2 degrees a second. So Rupture might be better for tracking a smaller guy, but it's gonna have a hard time dealing as much damage as a tornado.
I wouldn't use Ruptures. Back when I had my first alliance, we tried to use a Rupture doctrine. The amount of Ruptures you need to make that even viable without like just
How long ago
bumping
was
all
that?
the time. This is all, gosh, it was almost 10 years ago now. But I mean, not
Yeah,
much
they
has changed.
updated the Rupture fit actually. It deals more alpha strike, and it has an improved tracking speed.
I think the problem was always, it wasn't the alpha strike. Even back then, the alpha wasn't bad. It was just that it's the EHP.
Oh,
It just doesn't have
so you
the
have some problem.
longevity.
I mean, you could fit it with up to like 50,000 EHP if you really wanted it. You can still deal some damage. Just miss out on a lot of the 44,000. I guess that's okay with T1 rigs. This is with larges. Okay. It's one of my older fittings. But everything with T2, that's 49.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned with the ships we use. I mean, whatever people want to use, they can use. I'm okay with the kitchen sink format. You know, I'd rather have 20 people using the ships they want than 10 people using a doctrine. Okay, that's my attitude. as long as they're okay with the vague concept of like, if you're gonna go in there and be scrammed and scram them, try to be cheap. And if you're gonna be long range and aligned out and stuff, then you can bling. As long as they don't like go in with like 1 billion Hecate or something, like, you know what I mean, like at blaster range, right? Yeah. That's just the principle. It's like, if you're gonna go in there and be unable to disengage, then your ship better be on the cheaper side rather than the super bling side. But yeah, if you're gonna be at 200 kilometer sniping, then be my guest to use a 3 billion ship. It's fine. The only thing that can really get you at that point is a if the enemy prepares the grid and like places like dictors and stuff, like that's like the only way to really make that stuff painful for us.
So we need a way. So logistics of getting the ships over there isn't going to be a problem. You said.
Yeah, to Dira, that's already taken care of as long as you tell me what to stock. That part's fine. We can go from Dira, and then to get it out there, we're gonna need a carrier. And that stuff is being worked on by a person I actually believe will come through. He joined just a few days ago, but he's super serious, I can tell. Part of it is I notice he's autistic like me, and he outright told me he was. So I know he means what he says. he means exactly what he said, and he said he was, you know, he had already bought the carrier and everything, so he's doing it. And he's way more experienced than me. He knows how to do a lot of this stuff.
At least you don't have to worry about him having like a short attention span.
Yeah.
She's actually dedicated towards it, because like autistic people will follow through on things.
Yeah.
If they're really into it.
Yeah. So, and he was sort of a ghost. He was watching me for a while. Like, he's been in the server a long time. He said nothing. He was just kind of paying attention to what I wrote and stuff,
Yeah.
and saw me keep work at it. You know what I mean? Like, week after week, I was, you know, trying to make the shit work by roaming and trying all kinds of stuff. And then at some point, he just kind of revealed himself and introduced himself. He's like, yeah, I like what you're doing. And yeah, whatever. The point is, I have high confidence we'll have a carrier pilot like within a week. Okay, we have a carrier pilot. What we don't have is a POS. In fact, he's asked me like, is the POS stocked yet? He's waiting for the POS to be shipped out, which will happen after next Wednesday.
So I mean, if he's dedicated to doing this down here, then I would say just stay here then and try it.
He's based in Dal or something. He's in like Heimatar region or something. He's from a low sec group. So, you know, maybe that idea of going to insurgency system was really good, right? It's right next to his group, and he has he thought it was a problem, like I said, to shuttle over to this place. Like, he was literally thinking like, how can I carrier hop my guys from where they live to over here? He was literally working on that, and I just asked him like, what do you mean? They can just autopilot to Dira. And then he was like, no. These people don't have the attention, like, they don't have the attention span for that. They wanna like undock and get in like instantly or something. Which to me was just like, whoa, what is this? Really? Like, really, that's too much? Like, you get imagine you get a pre-ping an hour before the fleet. Like, hey, fleet's going up in an hour, right? And it's too much. It's not instant enough for you to, like, just autopilot in high sec. Like, that's, like, too much of a delayed gratification. Like, that was weird to me. That, like, these guys, for them, that's, like, a big psychological barrier.
I worked with a group that got that way, and it became a problem, because what happened is now, like, they got to the point, like, these are very old players, so they got very lazy, and it got to the point where they wouldn't even like go jumps to go kill a carrier. And then their alliance just eventually died because they were so lazy. Like, they didn't die because they got beaten. They died out of sheer laziness. Because people just stopped actually doing anything and generating any content, so people just got bored and slowly logged off. And went other places.
All right, I believe I've done all the losses, right? So there's 6 dead tornadoes, right? Is that right? In total?
No, there should only be. Yeah, there's 6. Because I died 3 times 2 hours.
Alright. Alright. I explained the process, but that's what I'm gonna do now. Let's see how long this fleet was. Let's see if we went positive. It doesn't. You won't owe me any money anyway. Like I said, you all have 2 billion of SRP gift anyway. Let me see. This might have gone negative. This might be once. Actually, would it? Let's see. Calculate the time meme first. So that's 1 billion. Nah, we didn't go negative. Fuck that. But we would have if I'd gone with the usual 4 million. Nah, we went positive because of the enhanced pay.
Beautiful. Sounds like a fun fleet.
Yeah, you'll get money. Alright, I'm blanking. Yeah, I need to throw a dice to go through the motions.
I think really, if you could do it, probably like the best way to like. I know you're trying the gate camming thing right now, but long term is blopsing.
Yeah, but I don't have the numbers. I need a number of willing scouts equal to the number of systems of my target. If we find a renter group that lives in one system, I can do it myself because I can be the covert ops frigate, right? If they live in 5.
I think I have a spreadsheet that shows active renters for Slice. Maybe let me check my PDX.
Really useful.
Actually, what I'd do is instead of camping them in, what I would do is what I was doing to Initiative, which was like, I just like, me and my friend both tried different tactics. His was the log off trap, right? So he would like log off in the system and everything, and he did catch some things. I will say he did. He's a very experienced hunter. But like my strategy of just like blitz flying around using a buzzard as if I was like flying an interceptor tackle, that 100% like that generated 2 times more potential kills.
My mind's blanking now because I'm too tired. Can you say that again? That was really key. What did you say?
All right, so what happened is, I've been doing blopsing, right? You know, in another region, right? So what happened is, right? We essentially have like, you know, like 3-4 people, right, total, right, in the blops fleet, right? And some people are multi-boxing, right? So I have a blops, right, and I have a scout, right? My friend also has a scout, right? So his strategy was essentially more along your lines, right? You know, he logs off in the system, scouts it methodically, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So he was doing that, and then I was like essentially using my scout to essentially use blitz around like an interceptor would for like a small gang, right? You know, like how like a small gang would send out an interceptor just ahead of them to like tackle targets. That's essentially what I would do. And then like, you know, if I tackle something like the Sino, bring in the blops, right? Or the Sinotap. So that's essentially what we were doing. His strategy, it did get kills or potential kills, but my strategy, like with the blitzing, overall, at least so far to date, has generated 2 times more targets tackled and or killed.
Did you do it in the same area consistently for a long period of time with the same account blitzing around?
Let's see, we did it
because I had massive success too. When I was blitzing with the Scepter and then the Tengu following behind, it worked really well for a few weeks. And then I noticed I just wasn't finding as many Ishtars, okay? So my conclusion is they've added me to their intel channels and they dock up before I even get to the system. Like when I'm 3 systems out, they dock up and they wait until I pass by.
That could be too. I mean, the thing is, the region that we were doing it in, though, also there's like lots of blind spots in their intel. So like